Welcome to an incredible journey into NoSQL databases. Today's adventure is called Schema Design Mastery. And here's the exciting truth. Design like an architect, because every decision shapes your database's future success. Let's dive into our first challenge. What are best practices for schema design in NoSQL? Here's the game-changing answer. Design for your queries first. Unlike SQL, NoSQL schemas should match your application's access patterns. Think of it like organizing your closet. Put frequently used items where you can grab them instantly. Now, let's tackle the second question. How do you avoid data duplication in NoSQL? The brilliant strategy is strategic denormalization. Some duplication is actually good for performance. Use references for rarely changing data, embed for frequently accessed data together. Get ready to master data evolution and discovery. Remember this inspiring truth. Handle change gracefully and make data findable. Your future self will thank you. First up, how do you handle data versioning in NoSQL? The smart approach is add version fields and timestamps. Keep old and new schemas running simultaneously during migrations. Never break existing applications. Next challenge, how can NoSQL support search functionality? The powerful solution is text indexes and search engines. Use database text search for simple queries. Integrate Elasticsearch for complex full-text search. Welcome to Polyglot Persistence Power. Here's your mission. Use the right database for each job. Be a database polyglot champion. Let's explore. What is polyglot persistence? The amazing concept is using multiple database types in one application. Different data needs different storage solutions. Use Redis for caching, MongoDB for documents, PostgreSQL for transactions. Time to build your security shield. Remember this crucial principle. Protect your data like treasure. Security is not optional, it's essential. First security question. How is data secured in NoSQL databases? The comprehensive answer is multiple layers of protection. Authentication, authorization, encryption at rest and in transit, network security, and regular audits. Second vital question. How do you handle authentication in MongoDB? The robust solution is built-in authentication mechanisms. Scram SHA authentication, X.509 certificates, LDAP integration, and Kerberos support for enterprise environments. Let's dive into MongoDB's security setup. Your mission: implement rock-solid authentication, your data's first line of defense. Now, let's look at the code section for MongoDB user creation and authentication. And here's a crucial question. What are roles and privileges in MongoDB? The powerful system is Granular Access Control System. Built-in roles like read, read-write, dbadmin, or create custom roles. Principle of least privilege. Give minimum required access. Welcome to Audit and Backup Excellence. Your guiding principle. Track everything and prepare for anything. Be the database guardian your team needs. First critical question. What are the audit features in NoSQL? The comprehensive approach is comprehensive activity logging. Track who accessed what, when, and how. Monitor schema changes, data modifications, and authentication attempts. Second essential question. What are the backup strategies in NoSQL databases? The reliable methods are multiple backup approaches. Hot backups with no downtime, snapshot backups, replica set backups, and point-in-time recovery options. Slide 7. Performance Monitoring Mastery. Get ready for Performance Monitoring Mastery. Your mission: keep your database healthy and fast. Be the performance detective. First monitoring question. How do you monitor a NoSQL cluster? The thorough approach is multidimensional monitoring. Track CPU, memory, disk I/O, network, query performance, replication lag, and custom application metrics. Second diagnostic question. What are common issues with NoSQL performance? The typical culprits are missing indexes, inefficient queries, improper sharding, memory issues, and network bottlenecks. Time for management and reliability. Your goal: master the tools and ensure continuity. Build systems that never sleep. First tool question. What tools are used for managing NoSQL databases? The powerful arsenal includes MongoDB Compass, Robo3T, Redis Commander, Cassandra Ops Center, and cloud-native management consoles. Second reliability question: how is failover handled in MongoDB or Cassandra? The automatic solution is replica sets automatically elect new primary nodes. Cassandra uses consistent hashing for seamless node replacement. Welcome to Cloud Deployment Success. Your mission: scale globally with confidence. Harness the power of cloud infrastructure. The key question is, how do you deploy NoSQL in the cloud? The modern strategies are: use managed services like Atlas and DynamoDB, container orchestration with Kubernetes, infrastructure as code with Terraform, and auto-scaling groups. Now, let's look at the code section for Docker deployment example. Time for the great database debate. Your challenge: choose your champion wisely. Understand when each database type shines brightest. First comparison: compare NoSQL and RDBMS in terms of scalability. The key difference is different scaling philosophies. NoSQL scales horizontally by adding more servers. RDBMS scales vertically with bigger servers. NoSQL wins for massive scale, RDBMS for complex relationships. Second analysis: which is better for analytical workloads, NoSQL or SQL? The smart answer is, depends on your analysis needs. SQL excels at complex joins and aggregations. NoSQL great for real-time analytics and big data processing. Let's master workload optimization. Your principle: match your database to your workload. Every application has unique needs. First workload question: which is better for transactional applications, NoSQL or SQL? The traditional answer is SQL traditionally wins for ACID compliance. Banking and e-commerce need strict consistency. However, modern NoSQL databases now offer multi-document transactions. Second limitation question: what are the limitations of NoSQL compared to RDBMS? The honest trade-offs are limited complex querying, eventual consistency challenges, less mature tooling, and steeper learning curve for SQL experts. Welcome to NoSQL Join Strategies. Your mission: master the art of connecting data without traditional joins. Think differently. The key question is, how do joins work in NoSQL? The innovative approach is application-level joins and aggregation pipelines. MongoDB has $lookup, but prefer embedding related data or multiple queries for better performance. Now, let's look at the code section for MongoDB $lookup join example. Time for a real-world design challenge. Your goal: design like a pro, solve real problems with elegant NoSQL solutions. The practical question is, how would you design a user session store using Redis? The efficient solution is fast, scalable session management. Use Redis hash data structure with TTL expiration. Store session ID as key, user data as hash fields. Now, let's look at the code section for Redis session implementation. Welcome to e-commerce design mastery. Your challenge: build flexible product catalogs that handle complexity with grace. The design question is, design a product catalog with variants in MongoDB. The flexible approach is, use document structure. Embed variants for simple products, reference for complex ones. Use arrays for multiple options like size and color combinations. Now, let's look at the code section for product with variant schema. Let's tackle migration strategy. Your mission: transform your data architecture smoothly, plan the journey, execute with confidence. First migration question: how would you migrate a SQL schema to a NoSQL document store? The strategic approach is step-by-step process. Analyze access patterns, denormalize related tables, create migration scripts, run parallel systems, gradually switch traffic. Second protection question: how would you prevent data loss in a distributed NoSQL system? The multiple safeguards are replication across nodes, consistent backups, write acknowledgement requirements, and monitoring for inconsistencies. Finally, let's learn to avoid these pitfalls. Your wisdom: learn from others' mistakes, become a NoSQL design expert by avoiding common traps. The crucial question is, what are the biggest mistakes to avoid when designing NoSQL schemas? The critical pitfalls are overnormalizing by thinking like SQL, ignoring query patterns, creating massive documents, poor indexing strategy, and not planning for growth. Now, let's look at the code section for Schema Design Checklist. Congratulations! You've completed this incredible NoSQL journey. You're now equipped with the knowledge to tackle any NoSQL interview with confidence. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep building amazing things.